Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure. So I did another flea market run. So I hit Morningstar last Saturday and then I hit Williams Grove on Sunday. Williams Grove, because it was Father's Day, was about half full. Morningstar, one of the guys I buy a lot of stuff from, he still has the containers there and he still has the stuff there, but I see he's put up a sign saying, do you want to buy the spot and the containers and the contents? Give me a call, right? So I guess he's going out of business. Now you guys know that I really like the dollar specials. Dollar and a quarter when you get multiples for the same price. So let's kind of go through it. There's a woman who sells Amazon stuff, right? She's got Amazon returns, and like this stuff was from her. It's like $1, right? Those are LED lights. These are USB chargers, but they got multiple sockets on them. They come in really handy. I bought those from her before, and then I bought more. These are rechargeable. One of them was dead, one of them was alive. Actually, you got to turn it on the bottom. And what this is for is like you hit on, and it kind of thumps on you. I guess back massager. But it has a motor, it has rechargeable batteries and all kinds of other stuff in it. I liked it. Once again, solar version of the LED lights. There's a fire alarm, the strobe part of a fire alarm. More LED lights. So that's the kind of stuff like I bought from her. These sockets, you'll see I have a purpose for them. I'll show you that. So that was one person. She's interesting to talk to, and once again, you never quite know what she's going to show up with. These guys, there was this and this, probably some other stuff I'm not seeing at the exact moment. These came from a guy who does returns from a truck stop, and once again, at $1 each. How do you turn those down? Then I bought a bunch of stuff from an older couple. They had this box full of open-end wrenches, and you go, oh man, more wrenches, what do you need them for? Particularly what I was after, believe it or not, was the flat stuff, the really thin stuff. I'm finding more and more that I kind of need these for shock absorbers or something else. So I'm really happy to get them thin, and then I can kind of grind them to what I want to. These are shims, but they're shims that are kind of thick on one side and thin on the other. They're so that you can balance out like a grinding wheel or a blade that warps perhaps. This is one old wrench, right? So this was $1 for all this stuff. From them also came these, and I'm going to say conductivity temperatures testers. There's a couple of them. So you got this thing and a bunch of vials, buffer solution and so forth. So anyway, it was $1, came with the case, couldn't pass it up. Harvey's like that. There was another individual who does clean outs. He was kind of a character. And from him, I got the strobe lights, and I got these. There's 3 of them, right? That's one, and there are 2 more in the boxes. These 2 guys came from him, and all these footstools. I bought 7 of these footstools. Everything but the footstools were $1 each, and then the footstools, I got the 7 of them for $10, which I don't know, makes them about $1.30 each. He cleaned out a doctor's office, which is where he got these footstools from. Must have been a pretty big doctor's office to have 7 footstools in it. From another guy who sold tools, and I wanted to fill in I hope the glare isn't too big. Anyway, I wanted to fill in. These are ratchets, you know, gear wrenches basically, without the swivel. So he had these 6 for $20. So I got the gear wrench, 84 tooth. This is a 1/2 inch. And these 4. And this is a lamp, you know, a Krypton lamp that goes into 18-volt flashlights. If you've bought any of them lately, you know they're not cheap. Another individual, and these people are there regularly, they had these like box full, and obviously a whole load of Allen keys, but this is the other stuff that kind of came in that particular box. And this is kind of a box full of chisels, right? It's hard to buy American made. I mean, this one chisel, if I was specifically asked after, it would have cost me more than $5. So kind of the box deals. You know, as I go around from individuals, whatever I see interesting, I pick up. Like this was $1. These leads, I think they were $1. I must have 100 sets of these aviation snips, but for some reason I keep losing them, so I keep buying them. These were $1. This is a screwdriver. You use it for the Chinese, the China Phillips heads. So that was $1. This was $1. These were like $1 each, quarter. You can see the 25 cents there. So a bunch of this stuff was discounted. This was $1, and you know, I like. It's hard to keep things nice, right? Always dropping them. So, kind of like that. This I found interesting. Guy went to an auction and he found a bunch of this electronic stuff. This is a full case of LEDs. When I first started as an electrical engineer, having a full case of LEDs like this would have been a fortune. This would have been a whole bunch of money, probably hundreds of dollars. I gave him 3 for it. And the power supply was $10. He didn't know if it worked. He thought probably, because everything else he got worked from this guy, so I picked it up. The lights, I think I paid $1 for all 5 parts, and those bulbs hopefully fit into there. So that's where the lights are gonna live. Sockets. If I see a box of sockets, and like this old Craftsman sockets, and they're $1 a piece, I typically, you know, like to grab the 8s and 10s and 12s, 14s, 17s, right? Shallow or deep, as long as they're 6-point, I like to grab them. The fans were a little over $1 each. They became part of a package deal. This plow mount, it's to put a plow or a snowblower on a tractor. It was $1. And annoying to carry. These ended up coming up to $2 each. You know, purification tablets, and this is a little better flashlight. They came with a bunch of other stuff. So that's a lot of the cheap stuff. I mean, I already mentioned these guys. I picked up a whole pile of these. What they're meant is racks for hanging clothing or whatever. But I picked up a whole pile. I don't know, they're 3 foot long, plus the bends on both sides. The 12 of them, I think I went $20 on that. A lot of times these are handy for building things, flat metal. The hose was $1, and you could see I specifically picked it up for carburetor, air cleaner, relocating. The Harley exhaust system is complete, and those are mufflers, not straight pipe. And the complete Harley exhaust system was $15. And once again, with these bends for the smaller pipes and flares, I could do stuff with that. Plus the longer, thicker pipes, you never know what could be put together. Then the the mufflers, and you could see they're still bolted together and clamped on and all that. So I got all of that, was $15. This box was $8, you know, Tough Stuff box. They hold up really, really well. Another story, another batch of stuff was, I happened to be out and I passed this place that blings up golf carts. You know, takes your golf cart and sets it up so it's 2 foot off the ground, and the tires are 3 times the size, and you know, fancy seat and a back seat, and you know, they kind of make your golf cart like into an off-road vehicle, so to speak. You know, into something a little bit, you know, not like your grandfather would drive, perhaps. Anyway, I drove up and I asked him, I said, do you have any roofs, golf cart roofs? You know, they don't need to be pretty. I just want to cover my all-terrain vehicle with them. And around me, these things go, I mean, people try to get $50 for them. I don't know if they actually get the 50, but that's what they put them up for on Craigslist, Let It Go, Facebook, whatever. Anyway, he gave them to me for $5 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I gave him $35. And then I asked him, I said, I noticed you have a kid working there in the garage. Will he load them on my truck for $5? And the answer was, sure, he'll do it for free, but I'll take the $5. So the guy took the $5 and he had the kid load them up. He said, hey, go put those golf cart roofs in the guy's truck. And the kid did. So anyway, I hope he gave the kid the $5. I mean, I had the $5 out and he just like, sure he will. I mean, he had that $5 quick. After I bought these, I asked him about seats and so forth. He says, yeah, I get those, but typically I don't save them. I said, well, could you save a couple for me? I hope to be, you know, back down and around over the next couple or 3 months, right? I got to stop going to the flea market so frequently. I'm going broke and I'm getting too much stuff to put away. But anyway, and he said, oh yeah, I'll put some aside for you. You know, the trick with me, he goes, is keeping it dry. I said, well, save me a couple more golf cart roofs and put the stuff underneath that. And he laughed and said, good idea. So anyway, these are golf cart roofs, obviously. What they also look like they'd be good for, I'm not sure how long they'd last, but if you kind of, through the front of that, you put a rope and you kind of hang on there. It'd be a nice sled for hauling somebody around on. Once again, I don't think it would last long. This stuff isn't crazy thick. But even at $5 each, if you consume a couple of them that way, you can have a whole load of fun. So nothing wrong with that. So this is all the stuff I picked up. I hope you guys find it interesting. I did. Picked up that empty barrel also. They always come in handy, especially when they have the tops on them. That was free. And I think that's all of it, right? I mean, you know, basic tools and, you know, all the dollar stuff. I love the dollar stuff. Okay, folks, I really, really want to thank you all for dropping by to watch and comment and subscribe. Please remember to keep your feet down, your heads up, and get out and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.